everyone for helping. Wow, how exciting to get this day going. It's, no graduations for a while when we go through construction, so we're all trying to remember how this works. You should have seen us putting the chairs up yesterday. We couldn't figure out where they all went. So welcome all of you to Guide Dogs of America's first graduation of 2019. Graduation. So there's not a number, but we're so honored to have our clients that are here today to help us celebrate this and celebrate you guys and our puppy raisers. So before we get going any further, I'd like to introduce the Girl Scouts to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Audience attention. Please stand and remove all hats. Color guard attention. Graduates, the flag will be passing down the center aisle and the flag will be posted on the left. Color guard, advance. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard, salute the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard dismissed. Please be seated.
Thank you very much, girls. A great way to start off our 2019. So again, like I said, welcome to our first graduation of 2019. We have an exciting day here planned for you and exciting things happening throughout this morning. Before we turn the mic over to our president, there's a lot of people that are going to be thanked today, and there's a few people that I want to thank that I know really help our program quite a bit. We could not do what we do without our puppy raisers. And with those puppy raisers, we have some amazing area leaders that are helping us run the puppy program. We have several of them here today, from Ventura all the way to San Diego. So if you guys, leaders, if you guys would please stand so we can acknowledge all your hard work that you do for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'll put in for your raise next year. There's one other group that oftentimes we forget about that's very important to our organization, and these are our breeder keepers. You don't usually get to see them. You usually just see the offspring of the dogs that they have. So at this time, I really want to tell you how much we appreciate how well you keep our breeding stock healthy, happy, and producing. Sometimes you're feeding them quite a bit towards the end of that pregnancy stage, and we really appreciate that. If you're a breeder keeper, would you please stand so we can acknowledge your dedication to our program? Turn it over to our president, Mr. Russell Hanlon.
Let's give them a big round of applause. We're going to talk a little bit about gifts. I'm amazed by the gifts that each and every one of us has been blessed with. I'm a guy that likes restored cars, and I'm fascinated every time I watch one of my car shows by the skills that each of these restoration rebuilders hold. I'm amazed by artists and their ability to put their skills and gifts to use on canvas and on buildings, and in the way a designer creates new style and we gravitate to it. And I'm amazed by folks that can write and speak, and how they are able to draw crowds and motivate and inspire to do better in this world. I enjoy, in case you didn't know this, I enjoy watching shows about our history, and in case you didn't know this month is Black History Month. And I've had a chance to brush up on my history of the nonviolent preachings of Martin Luther King. See, much like us here in this auditorium, Martin Luther King was seeking freedom, just a different type. And in April of 1968, Martin Luther King went to Memphis, Tennessee to join in with a group of sanitation workers that were on strike over the deplorable working conditions they faced on the job. The breaking point for these strikers happened when two black workers were crushed in their trash truck as they were trying to stay dry and accidentally hit the lever and activated the crusher. The black workers were in the truck because in 1968, they were not allowed to come into businesses because of the color of their skin. And they had no rights on the job, and because of the times were treated as less than Americans were entitled to. Martin Luther King came to Memphis with his nonviolent movement to support his brothers and sisters in the process, gave the speech of his life. I listened over and over to this magnificent speech to understand the true meaning of his writings. Martin Luther King spoke of the violence of the movement that he had experienced over the past decade, how they were hit, hosed, attacked, and jailed, and basically stripped of all basic human rights. But in my opinion, what he was really saying was he was no longer afraid to do the right thing, the job that was laid before him. You see, Martin Luther King spent his lifetime bettering the lives of black people with his nonviolent movement. Martin Luther King in 1968 on that evening was no longer afraid of the world. See, much like us here in this auditorium, Martin Luther King was seeking freedom, just a different type. Martin Luther King gave freedom and independence to the African American community. Martin Luther King is a true American hero. Here at Guide Dogs of America, we provide freedom and independence every day for the vision impaired. Here at GDA, we fight for the blind community every day by guarding the rights of our blind community and fight back against their own discriminations. Here at GDA, we are dedicated to caring for each other by providing amazing service animals with their visually impaired partner. So today, I am here to say that all of you in this crowd are my true American heroes, and that all of you with the gifts you possess are making a positive change in this world, much like Martin Luther King did throughout his life. Because of your commitment to GDA and the blind community, that's possible. So thank you, all of you, all my heroes. First of all, it's been a long year plus in development, and I'm sure a lot of you are here to see what we've been up to, and I think you're going to enjoy the tours after we do graduation. But these renovations were much needed. The buildings, in case none of you have been in them, were 40 years old. The electrical systems were outdated. The plumbing was destroyed. Every time it rained inside, and we made it work, but it just wasn't what it should be, and we fixed that. And it's going to be that way long into the future due to the work that we just did. We reconfigured the architecture to create a more inviting and beautiful workspace. We added 4 bedrooms to allow for future growth. We upgraded the plumbing, the electrical, the lighting, and the mechanical systems. We improved water and energy conservation and installed the latest assistive technology to improve the students' experience. We also resurfaced the exterior to maintain continuity with the newest buildings on campus and the Visitor Education Center. And throughout the construction period, our trainers worked out in the field, still conducting in homes. And as you know, we're here today to celebrate the graduation of those teams. How about we give those teams a big round of applause? Or for those of you who are already familiar with the campus, just feel free to pop into the dorm after the ceremony. There'll be staff there to answer questions and show you around. I also want to take a moment to invite you to become part of our dorm renovation project by considering one of several naming opportunities. Naming a designated space in the newly renovated dorm is a unique and special way to support our programs, memorialize your commitment to our mission, and leave a lasting legacy for future generations. The naming opportunities range from $5,000 to name one of the dorm room patios, to $25,000 to name a bedroom, or $300,000 if you got it, to name the building in honor of your loved ones or an important person in your life. Of course, support of this project at any amount makes a difference and is greatly appreciated. Gifts ranging from $500 up to $5,000 will be recognized on an artistic donor recognition sculpture that will be placed in the new garden area right outside the door. And so speaking of recognition, I got to recognize a couple people that were pretty instrumental in this process. You know, when I started the process, I said to my team, you know, within the next year, we're going to redo the admin building and doors, and they said, you're nuts, it's never going to happen. And I said, yeah, it's going to happen because we're going to pull a team together and we're going to make it happen. And I did, and I asked my management to step up, but I asked a couple people in particular really to step up and be sort of the leaders on this. Yvette Sheehan, where is she? I'm a little behind because normally Yvette helps me with Yvette, why don't you come on up?
You're up there to help them.
I got it by her without her knowing that I was doing this. You guys don't know this, but she is an incredible.
Oh my God.
I learned about this and it was broke, I fixed it. It'll work. Yvette, in case you guys don't know it, Yvette is an incredible worker, and if you put a task in front of her, nobody can do better than what she does. Tireless at this project. Tireless at this project. She just, you know, she was my construction manager. She really was. And without her, I guarantee you, it would not be what it is, and it would not be done. So how about it? This award presented to Yvette Sheehan in recognition of your tireless efforts acting as project manager for our administration building and our student dormitory renovation project. Big round of applause. I spent good money on it, I really Okay, I'm not going to drop the next one. The next one, listen, I got to know Mackie Singer when I came on board, and I was just impressed with her immediately. And not because she gave us this building, by the way, which her and her husband did, but because of her warmness and her generosity to guide dogs in many other ways. In case you didn't know it, Mackie Singer was the one that did all the design work on the interior of this building. And I loved it. I came in and I said, wow, who did this? And it was Mackie. So when I started the project, I called her up and I said, come on, I want to meet with you. I said, look, I'm giving you artistic ability to go into the dorms and our admin building and do what you see fit to do. Just keep, and we agreed on a budget. And she just set the world on fire. She went in, she was there at all our meetings, she worked tirelessly, she shopped on her own, she just, it was incredible the work she put in all the way up till today, where she was still over there putting things together and making sure that this thing's going to look nice for you guys. Mackie, come on up. From GDA to you, this award is being presented to Mackie Singer in recognition for all outstanding interior design detail for our administration building and our student dormitory renovation project. Thank you very much.
It's totally been my pleasure. This is a passion my husband started and I took over. And it has been truly a joy to work with everybody here. I thank Russ for having the confidence in me. I thank Yvette for without Yvette, I wouldn't have been able to get it all done as fast as we did it. Love you, sweetheart. Thanks.
I gotta make mention of it, and I apologize I didn't get him a trophy because he definitely deserves one. My IT guy, Bob Rice, this guy, he was a week off, by the way. He thought it was that the dorms were supposed to be absolutely done this week, so he's been staying all night working. And finally I said, what are we doing? He says, it's got done for Sunday. I said, no, you got a week. I saw his the blood just rushed right out. But he has been tireless putting the security system together over there. He's been tireless as far as putting our network system together over there. He's a genius. He's a friend of mine. He's somebody I admire. And I won't leave Scott out because Scott had to be there to back him up while he was doing all this. But I just want to tell these two guys in my IT department, really great job. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to acknowledge all the great people that make our mission possible through their most generous donations. We could not accomplish our mission to provide independence and mobility to the visually impaired community without your assistance. Today, we would like to thank my friend, Ms. Sandy Bennett, a longtime supporter of GDA, for her generous team sponsorship of Lori Burnson and her new guide dog captain. She lives in Kentucky and she's recovering from surgery, but we will be sending her a DVD of this ceremony so she can enjoy it from afar. How about that? We also want to thank the Simi Valley Boots and Slippers for their puppy sponsorship of Guide Dog Tess. This group, as well as been supporting us for years and have sponsored numerous puppies. How about it for Simi Valley? They support us. Probably a third of our budget, if not a half of our budget, comes from different unions out there, but especially the IM. And IMAW District 8 sponsored Guide Dog Edison, and they're out of Chicago. I want to thank them for all their continued support of our program. They have been sponsoring a pup each and every year, a very long time, and we are sorry they cannot be here to see Edison graduate, but I'm sure they would be proud. Graduation in a while, so we have quite a few number of class donors. These individuals or organizations sponsored a pup. It was career changed, and today we want to thank them. Eric and Nancy Ebenheis. EWP Water and Power Credit Union, Marty and Julie Houston, and Julie Ann Capital Fund for the puppy sponsorship. Harness sponsorships, and let's just go through them and hold your applause. We'll give them a big applause at the end. San Gabriel Valley Puppy Raisers Harness sponsor for Edison. Elizabeth Hall, in memory of her husband Lewis Hall, harness sponsorship for Coco. And as usual, we want to give a special thanks to the National Charity League of San Fernando Valley. NCL's dedicated members are on hand every single graduation, providing and serving refreshments, assisting family members and guests, and generously helping out whenever they can. They are an amazing organization, and we appreciate their support more than I can express. Thank you to the NCL group wherever they are. boardroom right across the hallway. We had to do that because we still got some stuff we got to clear out of the snack shack. So before we go on, just a quick announcement about some upcoming events. We got a real cool event. It's new to here, the Dinner in the Dark. I don't know if we're sold out or not, but it'll be a great experience for you guys to come and partake in that. And that's February 23rd. We also this year, we had some leadership come up and say, why don't we do the LA Marathon, and they put it together, and we got about 16 bids in the LA Marathon, so if anybody wants to go out and support Guide Dogs of America on the LA Marathon, March 24th, please do. We're going to have about 16 runners participating in that. My favorite event, which is the Ride for Guides, coming up May 19th. That's all you motorcyclists out there that want to get out there and raise some money for Guide Dogs. Come out May 19th. This place starts hopping pretty heavy right about then. We usually get about 400 bikes. So we're looking forward to that. We have open house on June 22nd. And last but not least, anybody that came last year to our casino night, it was a pretty amazing event. We're doing that again this year. It's going to be done here, and that's on August 10th. So please think about it. It was a lot of fun. A final reminder, GDA does not receive any federal, state, or local government support, and none of these services we provide are reimbursable through private or government insurance. We are only able to do what we do and provide these amazing dogs thanks to the support of thousands of individuals, foundations, corporations, and organizations. For this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. Enjoy the day, enjoy the graduation, get your Kleenexes ready. The dorm, I really want you to go over and check them out. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you for everything you've done for me and this organization.
All right, hello everyone. I want to introduce a few of our graduates, but the first one I'm going to introduce, her name is Julia Winstead, who couldn't make it along with her puppy raisers today. But I just want to share with Julia Winstead, this was her 11th guide dog, and it was her 4th or 5th one from GDA. She currently lives in Torrance, California. She is a very busy lady, very active. She does a lot of exercise walks, and she's very much into getting out and just getting into the fresh air. She does volunteer time at the gym, and also what she does is she does what is called hula hooping. So she's very active in that aspect. She received a yellow lab golden retriever by the name of Max, who is a male, and she's very happy with him. The graduates couldn't make it, but they wanted me to read a little letter to everyone. They want to let everybody know that Max was a wonderful pup, and they are so happy that he is matched with a great person who loves him as much as they did. They wish them both many years of happiness working as a team, and they are truly happy that both of them were matched together, because as far as they're concerned, they were match in heaven, because they've talked to him constantly on the phone. So she's very grateful and with him. And the puppy raisers was Alan and Dina, and their last name was Dorman. All right, my next graduate was Bonita Thompson. She started at a very young age. Bonita lives in Los Angeles with her husband, Joe. And she is very active with her church, and she enjoys retirement life with her husband. She runs plenty of errands, and she does a lot of walks in her neighborhood, except on rainy days. That's one thing she informed me. And she has received a yellow lab, and she was raised by Diane Aiken. you for your love, your compassion, and all that you've done. Your time, put it into these wonderful little puppies of ours. They give us the opportunity to travel independently and to continue on our journey and all that we do day to day. I thank my family for their support and their encouragement, and Linda, Diana, who did a wonderful job with Tess. She's a great guide dog. Ida Hornet, she's a goofball. And a great match. So once again, God bless you all. And thank you.
Thank you to all of you for being here to support the wonderful puppy raisers in this room, and myself, as well as the incredible teams here today, created out of work, desire, and talented individuals. I want to thank my family for putting up with my puppy obsessions and keeping a smile on their face while they do. The Cinnamon Middle School staff, the Boots and Slippers Square Dance Club who sponsored Tess, my Ventura Puppy Raiser family, and Guide Dogs of America staff. A special thank you to Bridget, Jim, Nancy, Kathy, and Debbie, because without your love, support, and generous help, I would not be able to do what I do. So I wrote a little something, and I know we have 2 minutes, so I promise I'll read it fast. Everything I need to learn, I learned from raising a guide dog puppy from GDA. I have learned that my fellow puppy raisers are the best kind of people who have giant hearts and giving spirits. I have learned that the first night your puppy actually sleeps through the night, you don't, because you keep checking to make sure they're still breathing. I have learned that the question of how can you give them up is an opportunity to educate others about what we do. I have learned that your cell phone will have 10 puppy pictures for every 1 grandchild picture. I have learned that we should all love as unconditionally as dogs do. I have learned that sometimes trying my best just isn't good enough, and that failure, while it stings and hurts, is necessary for growth and future success. I have learned that volunteering is wonderful and can help cure all that ails you. I have learned that no one talks more about puppy poop than puppy raisers. I have learned that when we think our hearts are full and cannot possibly hold any more, that just one phone call, our hearts can grow just a little bit bigger. I have learned that all phone calls with the GDA number are not always a reason to panic and stop breathing. I have learned that I get to hang out with some of the bestest people I know. I have learned that the Ventura County Area Group, along with the Sylmar Group, is full of fun, loving, creative, and giving people. I have learned that playing a game of Kahoot in a meeting can get very competitive. I have learned that puppy kisses can help you even in the saddest of times. I have learned that poop bags go through both the washer and the dryer cycle just fine. Puppy kibble, not so much. I have learned that complete strangers will come talk to you because you have a puppy with a jacket on your side, and they will tell you some amazing stories. I have learned that raising a puppy to give another person their independence is an amazing feeling. I have learned that others can love our puppies as much as we do. I have learned that giving up something you love is hard, and that watching someone else love them makes your heart sing. And finally, I have learned that Winnie the Pooh was right when he said, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." Bonita, thank you for being Tess's person. Thank you for sharing yourself with me. Thank you for loving Tess as much as I do. She is a joyful dog who is now with a joyful person, and that has made me a very joyful puppy raiser. Thank you.
Our next graduate is Marie Guzman. This is Marie's second dog from GDA. Marie lives in Riverside, California with her husband, Tom. She is very active. She volunteers at her church as a grievance coordinator, and she also volunteers at the Rancho Mirage Braille Institute and is the president of the Auxiliary Board. She was paired off with Yellow Lab female Noelle, and she was raised by Rocio, did I get this name right? Crespo, and Laura Badco. Unfortunately, they live in North Carolina, and they couldn't make it out here, so on behalf, they said congratulations, Maria. Thank you.
On behalf of Noelle, which takes first place in our home, always, and especially to Guide Dogs of America. It has made my life and my husband's life much more enjoyable and more independent. And without them, it would not have been possible to continue to do the work that I so love to do. So thank you.
Our next graduate is Lynn Coates. This is Lynn's fourth guide dog from GEA. Lynn lives in Carson. She is taking classes at the Braille in Orange County, but she also volunteers at the Learning Resource Center of the Braille Institute in Anaheim. She's also the East CCB chapter secretary. She has received Coco, a female yellow lab, and was raised by the Altstrup family. And unfortunately, they couldn't make it here either today.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank Guide Dogs of America for all of my dogs, Preston, Vista, Kendall, and now Coco. I would like to thank the Allstrup family for raising such a wonderful dog. But I also want to thank the breeder keepers, Ronnie and Michael Mayer, for a wonderful dog mom medicine. Thank you.
All right, our next graduate is Melissa Berry. This is Melissa's fourth guide dog. From GEA, Melissa lives in LA. She is very active and on the go all the time. When she is not working at the Apple store, which we had a lot of training time over there, she travels out of state and visits friends and family. She was paired off with a male yellow lab, Tank. Tank was raised by Cindy Valencia.
Cindy and her husband Joe. I was without a guide dog for a little more than a year, and now having Tank for only the past 2 weeks has already given me back all the independence that I did not have for that period of time. I'd also like to thank everybody here at GEA, including Linda, who helped work with me for the week that I was training with them. I'd also like to thank my family for being here today and always supporting me in everything I do.
Big shout out to Monique and Jean Newman, Sharon and Jay Sega, Barbara and Elgin Keller, Maureen Monstrom, Angie and Charlie Hughes. Thank you so much for being Tank's Village. So I'm in my car driving to GDA because I was told that before Tank goes to Melissa for in-home training, I get to go visit him, which is sweet. And I'm almost to GDA and it dawns on me that this is not just an opportunity for me to visit Tank, but a great opportunity as a puppy raiser to give Tank more advice, because that's what we do. So I'm thinking, okay, well, no heavy duty advice, but just light, good first impression advice. Like, don't snore the first night. And whatever you do, don't let Melissa smell why your nickname was Gas Tank. Also, when you go out, let Melissa pick where to go. And don't be such a guy, suck it up, and ask Melissa for directions. And then something about putting the toilet seat goes putting the toilet seat down goes through my head, but there's Tank in front of me, down on the ground, rolling around, big sloppy kisses, and then I realized I'm doing this all by myself. Tank's standing there, just looking at me like, are you nuts or what? And I'm like, what? This is how we used to play. Do you have a better idea? So, after Tank beat me at chess twice, we're sitting on the ground and he's in my lap, and at least he still likes to do that. That hasn't changed. And I realized that this dog is not the same dog I turned in all those months ago. He's older, he's wiser, he's mature, he's a guide dog. So I put my arms around him, and I lay my head on his head, and all I say is, you got this. And Melissa, I know you got this, and now you've got each other. Congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Sean Giles. I had the pleasure of working with our next graduate. His name is Dave Steinmetz. Dave lives in Chandler, Arizona, with his wife and 3 adult boys. This is Dave's 4th guide dog. Dave currently is working at the industry, Arizona Industries for Lawn, as the community and public relations manager. He's looking forward to traveling more for his company and around the United States. David was paired with Stetson, a yellow Labrador retriever male. He was raised by 2 great puppy raisers, the Allen family and the Paxton family, represented today by Laura.
Thank you everybody for being here. I want to thank my family, traveling from Palm Springs, from Valencia, from Arizona, my oldest son. Unfortunately, my wife and 2 other boys could not make it today, but I feel like I'm here with family. All the GDA family and everybody that's been involved in the raising of Stetson and training and so forth. Sean brought Stetson out kind of as a trial run, and I picked up the harness handle. It's been about a year before between dogs, and I picked up the harness handle and just took off down the street. Feeling of freedom, the independence came back, and it was just a great feeling. So thank you very much.
David got our dog Stetson. I say our dog, actually. We raised him for about the first year, and then he went to Browning Allen and his family to raise because I took another job. My daughter got us involved in GDA when she was 9 years old through 4-H, and would like to really, I see the Girl Scouts are here, which is fabulous. That's why we bring in these young kids. And my daughter came to graduation at 9 years old, came home, and she goes, Mom and Dad, I've got to do this. And I'm like, no. And so she just would not let it go. So the next graduation, she somehow conned my husband into coming to graduation. So he just goes, don't worry, Annie, no big deal. So he comes home from graduation saying, honey, we've got to do this. So of course, you know what happened. Next graduation, we all go. And before we left, like, where did we sign up? We're in. We're all in. So it's just been an amazing journey. My daughter got into this is now 18 years old, going off to college soon. But we love the program, totally believe in it. We have just met some wonderful, wonderful people who have got our dogs, and it's such a blessing. So many life lessons, like you're saying, for the people that are involved in this organization, and we love the Ventura County Puppy Group. And I look forward to keeping in touch with David and his adventures with Stetson, and just thank you so very much for everything.
It is my sincere pleasure to introduce Reverend Albert Macklin. Reverend Al here, he lives in North California, and although he's a veteran guide dog user, this Smoky Black Lab is his first guide dog from GDA. Reverend, yes. Reverend Al, he's a native of North California, where he is a pastor of a church years. He took over the church for his father, as a matter of fact. At home, he has 2 twin boys and a lovely wife named Evelyn, and he was matched with this lovely male black lab named Edison. Reverend is also an exceptional cook, and maybe the best London pound cake I've ever had.
To GDA and to Russ and to your staff, to Kim and to Jamie and all the trainers, it was just a joy to be accepted here, part of your fellowship, and just to be accepted to receive somebody I think that was meant to be. I was here in June for class, and things just didn't work out at that time, and GDA remain servants of their word. We're going to find the right puppy for you, and it was just shortly after that I received a call that Edison would be selected, and found out that when his birthday was my wedding anniversary day, I knew it was the right dog. He will be 2 years old on April 10th. And further information today, finding out that the people that sponsored him are from the state and the city where I was married, and that's Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much, Janelle, and for your hard work and your consistent support. This is her 22nd or 23rd dog, 21st dog. The country and the world, and so far the past 3 weeks we've already been to New Orleans. We've been at a conference with about 4,000 people, and he worked very well. Last week we were in Modesto for 3 weeks with another conference, and we'll be working here in the Los Angeles area. One of the largest African American denominations in the world we're a part of. That wonderful Martin Luther King speech that Russ talked about was at our headquarters. His last sermon was at our headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee. And I've had the privilege to stand at that same podium to speak and to give words of exhortation. And so thank you to GDA for your support. And we just look further for what this relationship will be with Edison and I. Will you pray for us? And thank you so much for the
I have number 22 rolling on the floor over there. And I actually have another working guide in the audience, my Thompson with Bobby, which is, we're lucky she lives very close, we get to see each other. The one thing I would like to say is that those of you who are looking to be puppy raisers, a lot of times what I hear from people is I could never give them up. So I always like to tell people, you never give your dogs up. You don't give your children up. I know where all of my dogs are, what they're doing, even the ones that were career changed. What I look at it as, you raise your children the best you can to be the best that they can be. You raise them to go out and make the world a better place. If my dog is my pet, he's in my backyard thinking of things to do, which are usually not good. But these dogs are out. They're educating other people. They're learning. They're growing. And it's amazing to me to see when they really start getting it. My idea then is that I need to send them to the next level. I am not equipped to train them to the next level. So I send them to doggy college. And the only time that you're unhappy when they're at doggy college is when they call and say, well, he really doesn't want to do this. And they want you to bring him home. That's the hard part. The best part is to find out they have a fabulous, wonderful match that you could not ever, ever have predicted that they would have such a perfect joining with both my Thompson and my Edison, and hopefully my Darby. If I let them live. Sometimes I'm telling you, it's a good thing they're cute, because sometimes it's the only thing that keeps them alive. But then I get invited to the dedication ceremony, where the partner dedicates his love, care, and joy, and and independence received from the dog. And I already know that my Edison is dedicated here, especially when he has 2 twin boys. I could not have asked for a better placement for this dog than the one he has now. And blessing you and hoping that you have a long, healthy, happy partnership with my sweet boy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jamie Hunt, and I have the pleasure of working with our next graduate. She's a familiar face around here. She's been working at GDA for the past 16 years as our media and community liaison. She has been a valuable part of our GDA family, and I am honored and privileged to be introducing her today. I'm a true believer that things happen for a reason, and spending time with her and her new guide dog was amazing. The first walk that we had together, they were sailing, no pun intended, sailing through the streets just like they've been together for ages. So, yellow Labrador named Captain, who was raised by John and Catherine Vigoretz, represented by John today.
Everybody seated? It's a perk of being blind. You can always pretend you're getting a standing ovation. So now that everyone's seated, first I want to take a moment to thank Angie and Charles Hughes and their family because they raised Edward, who I recently had after I graduated, Carter. I love you, Carter. I love you, Edward. But Edward, after I fell in love with him, started kind of communicating to me that he just wanted a part-time job. So I gave him what he wanted, and then I was like, I can't do this again. I'm gonna get a turtle, I'm gonna get a tortoise. It's gonna retire way after I do. And it'll take us a long time, but it'll be worth it, it's fine. So then Yvonne called me and she said, I think there's a dog for you. And I'm like, okay, you better be right. Because I can't do this anymore. So she said, let me bring him over, let me see if you like him. And I'm thinking, what dog am I not gonna like? It's like it's a scam, it's a total scam. So in comes Captain. And I'm gonna be the biggest goober by telling you my slogan for him. Ready? He is the captain of my sea. So Captain came to me, and along with him came love, trust, friendship, and everything anyone would ever want to have. I just want to know, no hands, but a noise, who hasn't been to GDA graduation before? Wow. Well, this room is surrounded by people who change people's lives. I oftentimes say that it's not like I'm thrilled that I went blind, but I certainly am thankful for the things that I have received because of my blindness. And those are my guide dogs, those are my friends, my family that's here, my new friends, my old friends, all of you puppy raisers that have seen me grow in the last 16 years with each of my dogs. You have supported everything I do, everything I have. And it means so much. And the Ugaritz family, I'm in love. I can't thank any family enough for giving up a piece of their heart to help someone like me. And this room is filled of people like that. And one of the things I never would have gotten if I didn't lose my vision was I never would have gotten to know what it's like to have people actually give money, give a piece of their heart, give their time, give their work for someone like me. And I never would have been able to experience that. And I wouldn't have experienced, like what Cindy mentioned, sometimes with my guide dog, I feel like it's like a child that grabs your hand and they say, I got this, Mom. And you know that they do. They really do. And all you need to do is just love them. And I want to thank Jamie and Yvonne. It took 2 trainers to train me. Who helped me get over the battles and the humps of the new dog. And with this little child who took my hand, and all I have to give him is love, is I love you, Captain. And thank you, everybody.
And I'll add my thanks to GDA to give us the opportunity to do this. It's really wonderful, and it's great to see Captain go to somebody as perfect as Lori. Several people have talked about the dogs giving people independence. I get the feeling after a few minutes that perhaps Lori was independent before all of us. And we'll stay that way. Who else would have had a dog captain's hat in their possession before Captain came into her life? Which is kind of amazing and scary. We're just, you know, lots of people have said it, we're not giving up the dog. We didn't do this to have a dog, we did it to have an experience and to allow the dog to do something special for someone else. So thank you.
One more thing, since Sandy is going to see this video, Sandy Bennett, who sponsored Captain and I, you're the best. And in my eyes, you're not in Kentucky, you're over there, I just can't see you. And I love you, and you mean the world to me. Thank you.
So I just quickly want to thank the 3 instructors that have gone on and done all of these in-homes. So for some of these in-homes, it means traveling away from their home and their family and spending 7 to 10 days working with the clients in their home environment. So can we please give a big round of applause first for Lynn.
And take a look. We'll have some staff members over there to help answer any questions. Mackie, thank you very much for a beautiful building. And I think also to remind everybody, National Charity League has set up refreshments. There's your positive reinforcement. In the boardroom, which is actually out this door and right across the hallway. I know those of you who have been before, we usually have them outside, but we don't today. And so with that, again, we'll be back here March 9th for our next graduation. So thank you all for coming. If you'll just give us a few minutes to get over to the dorm,